안녕하세요 여러분, 저는 Baekin Kitchen입니다. 오늘은 김치찌개 만들겠습니다. Hi everybody, this is Baekin Kitchen, and today we're going to make kimchi jjigae. So fasten seatbelts and let's go.
Kimchi, kimchi, kimchi.
So kimchi jjigae is one of the most iconic Korean dishes. It's right up there with kimchi, and Korean barbecue is one of the things Korean food is most recognizable. I love it. It is spicy and warm and perfect for a cold day like December, like right now. My wife loves it. It reminds her of home, and we eat it pretty regularly. It's really easy to make at home, and I'm going to show you how. The most important ingredient obviously is kimchi. That's what the dish is built around and all the flavors come from. You also need some sort of meat. Today we're going to use pork belly, but you can swap in other cuts. Pork belly is definitely the best though. And just a few other things is really all you need. So tofu goes in the final product. We have rice cakes. Some secret ingredients in my recipe. One is chicken broth. That is a easy cheat for your soup base instead of making anchovy broth from scratch. Also adds a lot of flavor. Another quick cheat is Sprite. I'll show you how that goes in later. I also add, this is not common in every kimchi jjigae recipe, but I add some gochujang and doenjang, which are Korean red pepper paste and Korean soybean paste. It adds a lot of depth, it adds a little bit of spice, and it just makes the overall dish taste more fluid. Okay, let's get going. So pork belly is one of my favorite meats. I totally didn't know about it until I met my wife, and it's really changed my life. We use it in everything from soups, stews. It's great boiled. It's great. It's sam, if you guys are heard of Korean barbecue. And it's also just super great, crispy, on a salad. It's my favorite meat by far, and I'm so glad to know about it. It's not available at every store, but you can definitely get it at Costco and any sort of Asian market. So check it out if you're not familiar. Kimchi is another thing that I didn't know about until I met my wife, and it's the best. I make my own, but this is my mother-in-law's, and it's so good. There's no way I can beat this. So this is gochujang. On the right here is my homemade gochujang, and on the left is store-bought gochujang. If you've been to Korea, you've probably seen the pictures of the Hungary and the clay pots in the yards. Those are places where people ferment foods such as kimchi, but also jangs. And jangs are fermented sauces that Koreans use to flavor the food and give it more flavor and depth. So red pepper paste is gochujang. It's made with red peppers and salt and barley and a few other ingredients. This has been in the Hungary for about 7 months now, and it's really dark, it's very fermented, it's got a very deep flavor. It's slightly salty, but it's delicious. It adds so much umami to any recipe I put it in. This is the store-bought gochujang. It's a bit more sugary. It's made with corn syrup and sugars and other things. It's a more complex recipe with more ingredients, and I think the flavors are just not as strong. There's no harm in using it. It's not bad, but definitely it lacks something that's in the homemade gochujang. This is doenjang. It's fermented soybean. The process for making this is a little bit difficult. You have to ferment a block of soybean called meiju for a long time to get it to ferment, and then you put it in water in Hungary and it ferments for a long time. This is really stinky, but it's really delicious, and it did take me a while to get used to the smell and to enjoy it. But yeah, adding this to pork dishes takes away the gamey flavor of pork, and it's a really common ingredient. It's really salty though, so only use a little bit at a time. Pepper flakes. If you're feeling mad and you wanna get glad, just Jjigae.